Hi everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. Today is January 1st and I'm back here in the garden. Today I'm going to go over some cold damage that happened here about a week ago when the country was experiencing that really cold weather. The temperatures in Florida, here in St. Petersburg, actually dropped down to just about freezing. I'm not really sure if at one point it dropped down to 32 degrees, but most of the time I checked it was at 33 or higher. Some Hoyas did okay, and a lot of them have some cold damage. I'll show you guys those. And then I have about 8 Hoyas. A lot of them are new to me, so I'm going to go over those with you guys. And then I'm going to show footage from my show that I had a sale at Christine's Tropicals and Exotic Plant Nursery in Oldsmar. So I have some of that footage from there. So let me just go around here and show you some of the cold damage. And here's Swiffer. She's following me around as usual. So over here, I did take a lot of Hoyas in. Some of the tropicals, like the heliconias, did get cold damage. That these are really sensitive to the cold. So I'm thinking it might have dropped down to 32 degrees for a slight period of time. But like I said, most of the plants are okay. Even that dendrobium was in bud and it still has buds. I don't know if they're going to drop or if they will flower for me, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. Yeah, most of the orchids did okay. Some of the leaves have a little bit of cold damage, but I didn't realize that heliconias are so sensitive. Here's another Hoya. This is the one, the EPC 1015. I think I show this all the time in a lot of videos, but this guy really did not like the cold. As you can see, some of the leaves are, got some cold damage and they're getting some moldy stuff. So I'm not sure if this plant is going to survive. I'm just going to leave it out here and see what it does. As you can see, it's it looked like it was trying to bloom, but the blooms fell off. Maybe this peduncle will bloom, and if it starts putting out new growth within a couple weeks, I'll know. If not, usually what happens if the plant really did not survive the cold, all these leaves will be gone and the plant will just start to go down quick. Some of this cold damage here on this Cattleya, but this Cattleya hybrid was in bud, and these buds are okay and they actually opened up. So I'm thinking it really had to stay above, 33 degrees for most of the time, or else all of these plants would have frozen. So let me just show you some more cold damage like these. I'm surprised the Obscura did okay, and this Verticillata SR 2007-13 did just fine. Like I said, a lot of the Cattleyas and orchids did okay. This is AH41. I did not bring it into the greenhouse, and yeah, it did suffer quite a bit from the cold, but hopefully it'll stop putting out new growth. I have faith that this Hoya will bounce back. The Pendurata is fine. It didn't have any cold damage. Like I said, I did bring some of these Hoyas inside, and I covered them, but a lot of them were out here. All these stayed out here, and this is a Rigida. It doesn't show any signs of cold damage yet. I did bring this guy inside, and that cactus was inside. These guys were inside. That was inside. I just started bringing stuff back out, but there is some cold damage, as you can see, all the way around. This hybrid EPC 1002 is looking really bad. I don't know if it's going to make it. This Scindapsus did not like the cold at all. There's some leaves that look okay down here. Actually, none. I think this is a goner. Well, this, I probably could take a cutting of this and root that. What else? The Paradiso Verde did get some cold damage, as you can see there. So it's kind of a mixed bag of the stuff that stayed out here. Yeah, like a lot of these orchids did fine. The bulbophyllums did fine, which I was really surprised. As you can see, this is a Hoya Doi Tongue. I think it's a cooler growing Hoya, so no damage to it whatsoever. Along with the carnoses, the fungi, the pubicalyx, all the hybrids of those survive the cold really well. But this is Hoya Nathalie. As you can see, it did not do so well. All the leaves are falling off, and this plant is probably a goner. It did not go in the greenhouse. These stayed out here, all the ones that have cold damage. All the stuff that was covered or in the greenhouses. The greenhouse stayed above 55 degrees the whole time. So yeah, everything was good there, and all the shade houses that were covered just with plastic with no heat, they did pretty well too. There's minor damage. As you can see, like the Jose Bueno, that leaf is old, so that's not cold damage, but it didn't really get any cold damage there. Like a lot of the philodendrons, except for the that you saw back there, the Paradiso Verde did not like that. So Swiffer didn't like the cold. She wouldn't come out here when it was 45 degrees. She only comes out here, I've discovered, when it's 60 degrees or above. This hybrid over here of Jennifer and Cruzada did not like the cold, but I think it's going to make it okay. And some of these Phalaenopsis did not do so well. They might survive. I think these leaves will probably end up getting mold and falling, but new leaves may grow out of the center there. I hope it's not rotted. So yeah, like I said, a lot of these plants, like all the plants over there, stayed out here and were not covered. They did pretty well, and the thicker leaves, like this is a Hoya and Hoya, did pretty well. Oh, I just noticed that this Hoya ciliata did not like the cold whatsoever. It's all the leaves are yellowing, so it might not make it. Like I said, philodendrons did really well. This is a dark lord. Did good. And yeah, so not too bad. A lot of the tortium went into the greenhouse. I just recently brought it out. This Jose Bueno wasn't covered, wasn't in the greenhouse, and this leaf was kind of new, and it didn't really get any damage whatsoever. This Phalaenopsis is pretty much a goner. It looks like all the bulbs are rotting out there. So yeah, this has been probably the worst year for me growing plants outside because of this recent cold spell. And Ian actually hit here at a tropical storm, force winds, and we had gusts of 75. So yeah, there's been a lot of wind. The rain has been very intermittent. It would rain a lot, and then we would have like really dry spells for a long time. So it's been a little challenge to keep this garden looking even the way it is. It's been the hardest year for me growing up plants outside since 2010, and we had a hard freeze back then. I think it dropped down to 28 degrees, and all the tropical plants were dead, and all the Hoyas. So this is my non-nooch. It looks a little sad, but it looks like it might survive. It stayed out here the whole time. And this Erythrina was here, did fine. And I forgot this little guy over here. see if I have a tag on him. Yes, this is Tenaensis, I think. Yeah, Tenaensis. And this is a really, really thin leaf Hoya. And it doesn't have one single brown leaf, so it really survived this cold spell. Didn't go in the greenhouse, it stayed out here, and if you can see, it's way climbing up that palm tree. And my retusa stayed out here the whole time. Nothing happened to it. It still has flower buds, and it's been blooming for, like you guys seen in my previous videos, it's been blooming for at least 4 months. So this poor little Phalaenopsis here has probably suffered quite a bit. I hope it bounces back. I did cover my Thai constellation here. So this was covered with a thick blanket, and it did okay. So yeah, let me just go ahead and show you guys the little plants that I have in my collection. And then after that, I will show you the sale at Christine's. I want to start out with this Hoya that I got from Nursery. It's she calls it a Erythrina round leaf, and it is super gorgeous. It's super waffly looking, has some splash, and the leaves are pretty unusual for Erythrina. So I'm dying to bloom this guy and see what the flowers look like. You can see it's doing pretty well. It rooted rather quickly. It has a growth point, and it's growing in my chunky mix of basically, this chunky mix here is basically number 3 perlite and just coconut husk. So it's my favorite to root media in the last probably the last year. I've been using that, and a lot of good results and fast rootings with that. So that is Hoya erythrina round leaf, and I have a bigger plant of this, so hopefully I can get it to a full blooming size plant by the end of this summer coming up. So yeah, it's really beautiful. And the next Hoya I have for you is this Nap 17. It's probably a verticillata or a verticillata hybrid. It really quickly gets this sun stressing, as you can see. You don't even need a grow light to get it this red. So yeah, just a good amount of light will get this guy to turn this color. The leaves are pretty succulent. It's a really easy one to root, and it seems really easy to grow. So that's Nap 017 from Thailand. And this Hoya I got from my friend Ara at Plantasmic, and it's a verticillata from Ganjuk. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you can see the name spelled out there. And the leaves are interesting that they're rather flat. There's no texture to it, and it has quite a good amount of splash. So it's a really lovely verticillata type Hoya. Even this new growth is putting out some really interesting splash there. So this is Hoya verticillata Ganjuk, and it rooted really well, and it has a nice root system already. As you can see, it's already putting out that new growth, so it's happy. And this little guy here is a Hoya nummulariioides. As you can see, it has longer, pointier leaves than the nummularioides I've been growing for many years. It has a good amount of splash. I got this from Jack in Thailand. I was there in November, so if you haven't seen the video I did at his amazing greenhouses, check it out. It's pretty amazing. He has a great collection. Super nice guy, and he sells to the United States and Europe and all the and other places, I'm sure. This one rooted pretty well, and as you can see, it's doing well here in Florida. And the chickens are out enjoying the new year, out and about. They've been eating bugs. They've been looking around the yard. Like I said, I've said before, they don't eat many of these plants. They do like that hibiscus. They were chewing at some of those leaves, but they don't really touch Hoyas much. And they don't bother with the philodendron. So, but they do eat a lot of weeds. And like I said, they'll eat begonias and hibiscus. And if I leave my herbs, I'll show you my little herb garden over here. The basil got some cold damage because I think it's really thin leafed. The parsley, this isn't cold damage, it's just yellowing. But the parsley did okay, nothing major there. And the mint did fine, no cold damage whatsoever. And the rosemary, I think that can stand even a light freeze. So yeah, that did pretty well. Another casualty here is this Rebecca. She did not like the cold. I should have brought her in the house because she was looking really pretty and sun stressed. So let me show you my next Hoya. It's this Hoya species, Aphanis burtonae variegated. And the thing about this Hoya is when I took cuttings, they were all variegated, and when I planted them, the older leaves started to turn back to green, which I thought, oh shoot, it's reverting. So I had very little hope that the new growth would be variegated, but it is. So this is a new leaf that's come from this cutting, and it's really nicely variegated. So don't give up. If you take a cutting of your burtonae and it turns green, it'll eventually turn back to variegated. And this Hoya here is an Hoya, AH779. And I really like this Hoya. I don't know what the blooms look like, but the leaf has this really nice point. It has some really nice splashing and texture. You can see it's a really pretty leaf. I really like that long pointy end there. Yeah, AH779. And like I love when I have a Hoya that I don't know what the flower is going to look like. And when it blooms, it's a surprise, and it's always fun to anticipate that. And another Hoya from AH. It's this AH0742. I really like the veining on this one. It's more subdued than a lot of like the Callistophilus and the Finlaysonii, but there's something about this leaf that's really stands out. I like it that it splashes pretty nicely, and the back side of it, let me just turn it around for you. It's really dark. You can see like all the intricate veining there. It rooted really well. It seems like a fast grower, and yeah. Don't know what the flower looks like on this. I heard it's a really pretty flower. So again, I'll be really anticipating this guy when it blooms. AH0742. And this is Hoya lacanosa laus. I didn't even know it existed until yesterday. My friend Christy came to my sale at Christine's nursery, and I'll have footage of that right after this. And I just wanted to show you how beautiful this one is. It's really splashy. The leaves get like this coppery color. The new growth looks adorable. Yeah, it's a really cute Hoya. She has it in mostly, I think it's just perlite, and it's putting out new growth. I think I'm going to transfer it in about a week or two after it's acclimated here in my greenhouse. Maybe into my chunky mix. So yeah, this is Lacanosa laus. So now let me show you the footage from yesterday at Christine's nursery. Today I'm in front of Christine's Tropical and Exotic Plants. It's a nursery here in Oldsmar, Florida. Me and Willie are doing a Hoya sale in there. We were invited and we couldn't resist. It's the last day of the year. So I wanted to wish everyone in my channel a really happy and healthy and prosperous new year. We're in a busy road here in Florida. It's raining today. It's about 69 degrees. So let's go in there and look what they have. And I'll show you some of my Hoyas, and I'll show you some lilies, and maybe I can get Rick, the owner of Christine's, to show us around a little bit, because they have quite a large array of tropical plants and lots of Hoyas and philodendrons. So let me just take you in there. So you come, this is the main road here, and this is the entrance. They just have plants everywhere. You're gonna, it's a really large nursery, and I'll take you in the back and all the hidden places that they have. So they let us set up here in their nursery, and this is Lily Plant Lady Lids, and she is selling Hoyas and some philodendrons. So show us some beauties.
I don't have anything as exciting as you do, but here's one of my favorite ones. I have
Look how beautiful that is.
and it's pretty pink.
That's awesome.
They're pink when they come out, and then this one.
She has the best pot of golds. Look at that.
I know, it's really stunning. But then this one is sun stressing from the grow light, so I'm really excited.
Makes it prettier.
About that one.
And if you don't know Lily, she also has a really nice YouTube channel she just started, and I'll put the link below in the description.
It's been like almost 3 months now since I started, so.
How's that going? You like it?
It's been good. I think I'm finally getting the hang of it. I think the first couple videos I was pretty nervous, but then after a while it's just like, I'm just talking to people, so.
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice.
like that. You should watch my first videos and see how awkward. See how awkward. I still am awkward, but anyway.
But you're a special kind of awkward.
Yeah,
And you have
yeah,
pretty plants, so we overlooked the
That's right.
awkwardness.
Please forgive me. Gosh, she still has some really pretty ones.
I do.
And she's so good. She puts the pictures of the blooms. I never do that.
I feel like people always ask me what the bloom will look like, and then I have to sit here and Google it. I'd rather just like put it right there near the plant.
You're so nice. I'm like,
Look at this one. This
Ooh.
is an EPC 209. It's not too exciting, but look how
it's a really
beautiful
gorgeous
the
one.
sun-stressed
If
looks.
you don't know, these leaves get to be like 8
Those-
inches
mine
long.
at
Yeah,
home is like this big.
they're
It's
ginormous.
and it's a really easy grower too. So it's if you like big leaves, this one's really easy to grow.
She's so good. She has her like really nice sign, and she has all like her PayPals and stuff. So yeah, Lily is a great Hoya grower. So don't forget to watch her YouTube.
Thank you.
Let me go and show you more of this beautiful nursery. There's just all kinds of plants, and they're having all kinds of sales, like 20% off philodendrons. Look how big this Peru is. Some really beautiful silver swords for $30. Look at that. And this is my setup here. I've been here for a couple hours. Got to see a lot of people that I usually see on Facebook, and people that watch my channel. So that was really nice. I'll be here till 1 o'clock today, Saturday, the 31st of December. So I did bring some pretty girls here, some Swiffer's Tail, and this is that IML 1669. It's a rigida. The leaves get like, I swear they get to be like 4 times big as that. So there's some really pretty, some naps, and then if you like the little guys there, there's the really pretty MA07. And this is Rick. He actually owns the place, and he's going to show me in his secret hideout back here where all the Hoya heaven. He has it marked Hoya heaven. So please show us some stuff.
All right, I got
Oh, look at all these Hoyas.
Yeah, all the
Dang.
Hoyas listed A through, I think, W.
Oh, they're in alphabetical order.
And they're all 20% off the lowest marked price right now.
Oh, they're 20% off.
Carry
For
about 300 variety in stock.
how long are they going to be for 20% off?
Through the, I'll probably say through next week.
So, for another week, they'll be 20% off everything.
And they've already taken a great markdown from price adjustments.
Oh, let me just give you some examples. So this Australis here is $20, and then 20% off of that.
$16.
So $16 for that. So we got a lot of Chelseas here, some Queens, some regular green Carnosa, And we got some Calistophylas, Rigidas. Yeah, it's just lots, and everything here is 20% off. Oh, this is Waffle Queen.
Waffle Queen. That's
How much is a Waffle Queen?
It's $100, it'd be $80.
$80 for a Waffle Queen. Wow.
And then I have 59 cents.
There's another waffle.
20% off, so.
And this is one of the SR Ceresis numbers.
Oh, yeah.
This is the they call it Oi Province, and this one is one of my favorites. It's really super easy,
Super
fast grower. Yeah. So he has it at 20% off of that. So yeah, less than. Species Timor West, UT36. It's a really beautiful flower on that one. So Retusa for, so $12, so Retusa would be $10. It's got some really good sized plants too. And he's been busy. There's been a lot of people here today buying Hoyas. And here's our Splashy Michelle. So that's 20% off of that. So you got lots of Hoyas, and then you get new shipments of stuff coming in, like a weekly. You get new ones come in. So yeah, if you're in the area and you're looking for Hoyas, this is the place to come to. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Please consider subscribing. I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers, and that's really nice. It's been about 2 years since I started my channel, mostly about Hoyas, but I do have a bunch of other plants that I show. Yeah, I do a lot of traveling. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling in 2023, so I'll bring you more footage from my travels, mostly plant related. So yeah, consider subscribing, and I hope you guys have a wonderful new year and hope to see you every Sunday. Bye bye.